Опа. Что, игру будет слышно? Угу. Так, а ну, тест. Эхо. Эхо нету. Какая-то задержка, мне кажется. Хотя вроде нет. Ладно, похуй. Звук игры есть. Награду я получил, кстати, эти ботиночки. Да, вот оно. Капюшон грабителя. Мне надо отнести подкову к этому кузнецу. А то вдруг он скажет, что припомнит мне потом это, что я не отнес. И будет пиздеть на меня. Что за миссия сейчас стоит? Доставить подкову, получить писаря подсказки о книге. А, то есть все, я уже выполнил. Ну, хоть не надо будет опять идти воровать все. Так, подкову-то надо отнести. Держи.
I brought you those horseshoes. I mean, horseshoe.
That took long enough. I've only got one horse here and I've got nothing to shoe him with. And you know who gets in the shit over it?
You?
Exactly. Mistakes are punished here, so either I'd end up reduced to beggary, or I'd have to go back to what I was doing before. And I wouldn't like that.
What did you do before?
You're a bit inquisitive, ain't you?
Well, I get the feeling you're actually proud of it.
Let's just say I haven't always made an honest living. Is that enough for you?
Not quite. I'd also like to know if you still got any tools.
I might be able to find something, but I'll tell you, it won't come cheap.
Isn't there maybe something I could do for you in exchange?
Well, since you're offering, I lost something playing dice and I'd like to have it back. A very nice turquoise rosary.
Who did you lose it to?
Father Nicodemus. That priest rolls dice like the devil himself was guiding his hand.
Don't worry. I'll get it for you.
But with no trouble, all right?
Naturally. It was nice.
I'm sorry.
Где этот в конце? Батечка, давай сыграем.
Do you know where Captain Thomas is? I heard he was in a bad way.
It's true, son. It doesn't look good for him. Why do you ask?
I'd like to pray with him.
A kind thought, but you can't get to Thomas. I had him moved during the night up to the chapel in the Maiden.
Why did you take him to the chapel?
The surgeon is away with Lord von Berghoff, and Thomas has got considerably worse. I don't like to say it, but there's nothing left but to pray for a miracle.
Uh-huh. Why can't I get there?
You know, the castle chapel is an important place. Only
Like you, for it.
naturally. It's certainly good of you to
I'll
go.
What if my soul is burdened with sin? Is there a way to cleanse it?
Of course, son. You can redeem yourself with an indulgence.
Заплатив
Or take
бабки.
the path of repentance and atone for your sins with a pilgrimage. It will improve your reputation with people, but beware. Making a pilgrimage does not erase your crimes in the eyes of the law, nor does it release you from paying a fine. And you, if I'm not mistaken, have a few, similar concerns. Come find me when you have atoned for your worldly sins.
It seems like you'd be glad to have someone to play with.
Alea jactan honest, my friend. The die has not been cast, so I'll be quite glad if you join me.
I heard you have a certain turquoise rosary.
Aye, it belonged to Kabat, although belonged is a strong word.
How do you mean?
Kabat is known for having some peculiar things in his property, if you grasp my meaning.
Hang on. You're saying you don't mind holding on to a stolen item?
And who should I give it back to? I doubt Kabat will tell me who he took it from. Besides, you've got to admit a rosary belongs in the hands of a servant of the Lord. It's safe with me. Once its owner turns up, I'll gladly give it back to him.
Or lose it in a game of dice. I wouldn't say it's very safe in your hands.
I'm a priest, not a saint. So what of it?
Let's play for it then.
Certainly, why not? As long as you put up a decent wager against it.
No problem. Here it is.
I hope Lady Luck will be on my side.
О, сюда. Подкручено? Наверное, да. Ха, наверное, подкручено, мне кажется.
Oh dear. Well, what's to be done? I hate to part with this rosary. It's a fine thing.
I'll be glad. Kabat stole it anyway, so this will ease your conscience.
I don't know why people always imagine that we clerics take a special interest in our consciences. Anyway, wouldn't you like to bet again? It would be only fair for you to give me a chance to recover my loss.
Sorry, but I'm not going to play for this rosary. In that case, I'll be going.
Well, if you change your mind, come back.
Yep. Потом.
It was nice. Good. I have that.
Great.
Here you have it.
Good fella.
It was nice.
Do you want me to arrest you? Leave that door be.
Я забыл уже, где часовня находится. Как мне попасть в часовню? А, вон она.
Aren't you supposed to be helping out?
The fourth bell.
О, я могу уже и очень сложно взламывать. Нет, 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 блядь. Тупо на последнем этом моменте. А где теперь? Что-то книжки я не вижу. Ой. А. Что-то я тихий чел, конечно. Я даже не заметил его сначала. Писатель куда-то ушел. Я что, туда иду или нет? Блять, походу не туда, или туда.
The bell's ringing for hands the 5th time.
А, не, все верно.
What are you doing here?
В смысле, блять, а где ебаная, это, как она называется? Ну, сори. А где... А где... Куда ему, где ему попустить? А, подожди, даже на карте помещается. Я вообще не туда пошел.
Careful.
Вот сюда. Кто это? Меня вообще не замечают. Я что-то упустил момент, а куда мне надо идти? А, да, вот сюда, на выше, наверное, здесь. Я уже забыл все. Да.
Pardon?
If you want, unless
No.
I
need...
unless
What?
if the
I'm sorry. I heard, so I...
really
God, move.
yes.
These days, my respects, sir. I heard
You almost so that
I hope...
we shall.
in truth.
Your Chamberlain's welcome was appropriate enough, considering our appearance, the situation in your domain, and your orders, sir.
Ah. I appreciate your diplomacy, young man. Master Chamberlain Ulrich can sometimes be more hasty and passionate than is healthy. And we are glad you hold no grudge against him. Are we not, Ulrich?
I regret what happened, gentlemen. Please accept my humblest apologies.
О,
Anyway,
типа тут сам извиниться
let
получается.
us leave this misunderstanding as far...
True.
But we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king. Although I don't doubt your reasons. Just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush...
All
right.
neither King Sig
Let us...
and
In...
Well, betray, I expect, and for the...
Your companion speaks like... However, the question is whether it's possible to join None. There is...
we've
Then only I...
so Hen
Is...
right. So then,
Indeed, I need... And since...
just say
You'll go... Deal... It...
Is that all?
Deal...
Who is the...
His in
Thank... That...
What should...
Here's how... He will...
I'll get...
We'll take...
All right.
Very well.
Thank you.
Oh.
When you...
Henry.
What?
I think...
Oh.
He's called...
I've all...
And...
He was the lead... Thank you, sir.
I am... And go...
Thank you for every...
There will... Sir Otto and you, Hen. There, your... Nevertheless, his lordship... And there... Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance... What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offense.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realize it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realized that.
You couldn't have realized. Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more, I apologize. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Don't be surprised. My lord doesn't take kindly to those who insist on putting a rope round his neck.
I understand. I expect no one does. In any case, we'd have it a lot easier, your lord and I, if his behavior weren't so redolent of a bandit. Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching
Не
is a
знаю, что,
capital
хочешь, чтобы я
offense.
извинился за
And
него,
are
что
you
ли?
the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realize it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realized that.
You couldn't have realized. Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologize. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Please excuse him. He's been through a lot, as I'm sure you understand.
It is understandable, of course. I was just hoping that our relationship would be a bit warmer after that, regrettable misunderstanding.
Дружба. Какая нахуй дружба, ты чё, чел?
Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional
What are you
qualities
sneaking
and
around here
talents.
for, you crook?
By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
Не, ну то, что, ну как из вытесан, короче, из скалы, очень красиво.
Careful. The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you? I can understand you are overwhelmed by the magnificence around you.
Чё, мы будем жить возле кузницы?
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're
Что,
settled
чел?
in and properly dressed, stop
У
by the
меня,
stable.
блядь, шмотки и так
They're
лучше, чем
beyond
ваши
the
все вместе
gate,
взятые.
down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be.
Bah.
So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
Пиздуй. Ну, кстати, кровать возле кузницы очень удобно. В плане, что, как и там было, боевой меч. Что еще есть? Сейчас все это попродаю, наверное. Капюшон грабителя. Это то, что я хотел тестить. Да, но я опять голый. Опять голый, опять сиди, короче, в циферки вникай. Так, на кастом у меня что было? Пусть будет каст и боевой. Я иду поезд, надеюсь, сначала доспехи, короче. Вот это было, по-моему. Вот они, Вархор, сюда, сюда. Заметность мастера ловчего, ничего себе. Плюс 900. А где мой коев? Не понял. В смысле, а где он? Не понял. А где моя кольчуга? Пропала кольчуга на голову. Какого хуя? А, подожди, блядь, точно, там же ж... Вот эта хуйня. Вот эта хуйня. Вот так вот, да. Боевой меч. Вот так вот. Кинжал пихнуть. Все, вроде ровно так и было. Так, следующий чё? Это уже для этого. Для обаяния. Ничего себе, у грабителя. Обаяние хорошее какое. Нет, там шляпа должна быть. Обаяние 27. Обаяние 46. 46, а тут хуже. Почему хуже? Даже не грязный. 46, 49. Блин, а если штаны я вешаю, то снимаются поножи. Это сюда, это сюда. Так, готово, да. Вот еще. Кинжал, факел. Угу. Так, следующий у нас бандит. Инвизер. Сейчас бы вспомнить все, что там было. Шум. Мне нужно все, что на шум. Охотничья шапка, подожди. Охотничья шапка, она идет в комплекте к этому? Мне значит сейчас на Твиче посмотреть. Твич дропсы. Там только капюшон получается. Там нет никакого этого. Шапка не моя. Откуда я шапку взял вообще? А чем капюшон не снимает? Блин, а вместо этого... Ну, я не хочу... Не хочу... Как он называется? Вот так вот выглядит. Не хочу просто его вешать, потому что у меня есть кузнечный фартух, это каждый раз брать, переключаться. Не хочется. Все. По-моему, все, неплохой сет. Шум 16, видимость 15. Если я все вообще проставил, что хотел. И еще лишнего не забыл. Уже за тебя там кинжал. Арбалет. Ага, перегружен так. Почему у меня броня покоцанная? Понял. Чего не понял. Да есть у него куча денег. Так, продать. Опа. Что хорошо, что сохранился. Вот тебе и первый вылет с Kingdom Come. Ну, конечно, первый вылет спустя сколько? 54 часа? Это тебе не сталкер. Надо стрим переименовать. Я что, на свадьбу уже попал давно. Так. Сияй, Генри, блядь, назову. Сияй, Генри. Генри сиял. Так, звук в игре есть. Я нажал продать, короче, и игра вылетела. Что, кстати, продает, покупает, продает. Обычный длинный меч, рыцарский меч, топор палача. Блин, реально какой-то арсенал маленький, это все я видел. Неужели не будет брони, которая получше по характеристикам? То есть я всю игру считаю лучшей брони проходил, что ли? А, ну вот миланский, ладно, я понял, уже саксонский. Это которые, да, обувь меняют, шпоры с колесиками. Ты чё? Надо будет потом тестить. О, рыцарские подковы я могу сам сделать. Хотя зачем? Проще купить одну, повесить. Чертеж рыцарского меча. Это какой меч? Это длинный меч или короткий? Франкфуртская сталь, Толецкая сталь. Сюда. Вот рыцарский меч у него был где-то здесь. Рыцарский меч. Что это? Короткий меч. А зачем короткий меч? Боевой меч. Продать. Вот этот топор тоже. Он, кстати, реально похож чуть-чуть на серебряный. Но я с топором не хожу, поэтому сорян. Продаю. А, все, у него уже денег нету. Жесть. Чё они все такие бомжи, я не могу понять. Смотрите. Вот, 146. Чё, все, что я могу. Это жесть.
I'd like to do something about where satisfied.
Aye. Thank you, and take care.
А какая у меня, кстати, репутация? А. Так у меня со всеми, кроме Аполены, отличная репутация. А других локаций здесь и нету больше, походу. Или все-таки будет какая-то другая локация? Я помню, какой-то город был большой, где он находится. Починить. А, ну можно еще починить за бабки, в принципе, потом продать.
Let's talk about...
Do we have a...
Look.
Ну, немного-то я ему дам.
Aye.
Thank you kindly. And come again, friend.
Купить. Продать. Уже нету.
Let's talk about...
Winning. Aye.
Pleasure doing business. Take care. How can I help you today, friend?
Уже френд.
How long have you been serving in Trotsky?
And what are you after, anyway?
Nothing. I'm a blacksmith like my father before me, so...
So, you thought you might find some work with me? Well, you won't, fella me lad. And if you are going to be loitering around me here, all you'll do is get on my nerves. So, best be on your way.
Так, ну обратно, короче, скидываю все, что у меня было. Фу-фу-фу-фу-фу. Охотничья шапочка. Я никогда не продам это все. Вот так оно будет у меня лежать там. Пылиться. Ну это по башмаки можно продавать будет сейчас. Может быть. А, там же был этот, как он называется, башмачник. Книжки надо все продать, это все. Что я взял только что? Ох, все равно перегруз. А что у меня лишнее здесь? Перчатки, в принципе, ладно, я их продам все равно. Посмотрим. Какие-то еще миссии вообще есть. Какой-то квест. Новое задание. Найти книгу для мельника. Говорить с конюхом. О, вот ему надо пойти. Сапожник, точно, сапожнику. Еще 2 человека, которые в кости играют, да?
Greetings.
Сапожник в том той части.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel? At the mill? Yeah, the place by the Zherovka stream.
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
You could say that.
А чё, он не
They
хочет
found a dead body stuck
Говори
in
свой.
the wheel on Sunday.
You're kidding. Who was it?
Some vagabond.
God rest his soul.
And get this. Miloboshka says he was in the water at least a week, judging by the state of...
Походу, я не продам, что он не хочет со мной общаться. Учитель навыков. Где-то там еще находится. Это Томаш, типа.
his body.
So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
But the river there has a powerful current. The dead man had been floating down the river for at least a week.
Without anyone noticing?
Exactly. And that's not all. The dead man had a gold chain around his neck. Can you believe it? Somebody bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
Well, I'll be on my way. I wish you well.
All right. See you later.
А он недоступен диалог с ним, да? Офигеть. Кайф. Походу, надо будет к нему пойти по какому-то квесту, либо после конюха. А, подожди, а мне ж челы дали какой-то вафенок, нет? Реально, они ждали какую-то броню, типа. А похуй, она все равно там хуёвая.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Ну и перевес, конечно, у меня. Ёлки-палки. Бу-бу-бу. Надо что-то скинуть, короче, то, что... А мне скидывать нечего. А вот шнапс у меня закончился. Вот шнапс мне надо взять. А, тут шнапса нету, подожди. А где моя... А, блядь. Спасительный шнапс. Это вот этот... Штук 11 забрать.
Here, mutt.
Это еще со свадьбы осталось.
Here you go. Take it.
Лошадь. А, лошадь недоступна, да, здесь у меня? О, здорово. Так. Мне надо накинуть на лошадь что-то. По пище. Ладно. Я это потом все равно буду все выкидывать. Классная лошадка. Ладно, погнали к этому. Получим лошадь. И будем смотреть, что на нем можно купить.
Greetings.
I'm here for some horse tack. I hear you have something for me.
Well, fuck me blind. You got out of jail yesterday, and today you've got a horse. Fuck, I wouldn't mind having your kind of luck. But you're fucking things up for me and making a mess. And I don't want to get a whipping on your account. I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, they said. So kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me if you want him or not. It was good to see you, my friend.
Селедка. Это... О, кстати. Так у него получше характеристики даже. А если, по идее, это та самая лошадь, про которую я думаю, то после того, когда не покатаешься очень долго, то у нее улучшится не 2 раза еще. Я беру.
I took a look at...
And?
I'll take him.
Good. He ain't the fastest, but he'll work his little heart out, and he'll keep going for fucking ages. And he's a well-behaved, smart animal as well. An honest stock, too. From the Sameen stud farm. Not one of them stolen nags that's seen around these parts. I've heard that wind is blowing from them dodgy nomads.
So I heard.
Well, let's not forget about your horse. He's there in the stables, so go and get him. You do know how to ride, don't you?
Why do you call him...
Well, because he's like salted fish. He can travel a long way and he stinks a bit. And you're able to ride?
Ah, don't worry. I'm right at home with horses. I learned to ride with cumans on my tail. And arrows whistling past my head. A tough school it was.
Well, I'll be damned. I never heard such a thing before. But even an experienced horseman like you needs equipment, as you well know. You can tack him up yourself, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Farewell.
Рыцарские подковы еще дал на халяву. Так, где она там? Лошадь. На лошади уже вообще место. Да как нет, если вот написано 138 еще. Ладно, надо кинуть, это тогда будет нести. Рыцарские подковы. Так, итог. Чё у нас будет лучше? Вилнская упряжь. Одинаковые цифры. Мягкая кожаная лодыжка. Это что он мне дал? Намного хуже. Седло пражское. Вместимость. Меньшая вместимость. Можно продать. Продать. Кому продать только? Продать кузнецу, у которого денег нет. Вообще такие бомжи тут в этой игре. В первой части ты мог на 1000 продавать шмотки. На 1000. А тут у челов 400 максимум. Что это вообще такое? Мне бы еще эти книжечки почитать. Сесть. И продать их. Так, ну да.
will it be?
What do you have for...
Так. А что я хотел купить? А, точно, для лошади. Для лошади. Что он вообще делает? Это какая-то должна быть крутая уздечка или нет? Прочность. Продавать нечего, я выложил. Хотя вот это можно...
I'd like to discuss... How's...
Look. Thank you. And a good... day to you.
А куда лошадь девается? Еще хуже. Хотя выглядит намного лучше по внешке. Так, 2058. Сопроводить тачка баков. А, ну это я в любой момент смогу. Опять откладываем, короче, сюжетку. Сейчас мы найдем сначала книгу для мельника.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Так. Иди сюда. О, я надеюсь, он у меня сможет книжки купить. Тоже не сюда.
God grant you health.
Good morning, sir.
What kind of tasks do you do for Lord von Burgov?
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky. As the royal chamberlain, he has to be in Prague most of the time.
What does the royal chamberlain do?
I understand, lad. You're asking about his authority, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know anything at all about him.
Sir Otto von Burgo is the royal chamberlain, subcamerarius in Latin. He's one of the 9 most powerful officials in the kingdom. He manages the royal towns and monasteries, approves the councillors and abbots in them, and appoints the royal judges.
Why does Sir Otto have to be in Prague so often?
Because that's the seat of the royal court, and our lord is one of the highest royal officials. Praga caput regni, young man. Prague is the heart of the kingdom. All the political threads come together there. It's where they handle administration of the country. If you want to be somebody, you have to go to Prague, or to Moravia, to that traitor Jobst of Luxembourg.
Why doesn't Lord von Burgov free our King Wenceslas from captivity in Vienna? He's powerful enough for that, isn't he?
It's politics, boy. Pure and simple.
I understand, but could you explain it a bit more for me? Why did they take our king captive? And why did the Czech lords let Sigismund spread all over the country like a plague?
That's complicated. Back during the reign of both King's father, Emperor Charles, the nobles gained great wealth and power. And when young Wenceslas came to the throne, he didn't have enough experience or courage to stand up to them. That's why he surrounded himself with faithful lower lords and entrusted them with all the royal offices.
I reckon the high nobility didn't like that, eh?
You're damn right they didn't. They conspired against the king and established their League of Lords. That started a protracted war, dragging the king's cousins, Prokop and Jobst of Luxembourg, into it. But King Wenceslas was stubborn, unyielding, and, unfortunately, also often drunk. He preferred to run away from politics to wine, women, and the hunt. It was only a matter of time before the lords conspired with his brother, the Hungarian King Sigismund. A year ago, they got together and captured Wenceslas in Prague, and Sigismund had the royal castles occupied by his allies. They secretly took the king to Vienna, where his brother is still holding him firmly under lock and key.
So von Bergov and the others want Sigismund to be king?
Not at all. Soon they discovered they'd miscalculated, and that Sigismund wanted the whole country for himself. And now they can't agree on what to do about it. I think that's why Lord von Berkhoff received your message. He's trying to find new allies among the lower nobility.
Excuse me, but why do you consider Margrave Jobst a traitor?
And what else should I call a person who only looks out for any chance to benefit himself?
But now he's fighting for King Wenceslas, isn't he?
Jobst has changed sides so often it's impossible to keep track. But, to give him credit where credit is due, unlike our king, he's a great politician. Wenceslas wasn't even able to hold on to the imperial crown that his father passed on to him before he died. Yes, indeed. One day that bloody Margrave Jobst of ours is going to make it big. He might even become the emperor himself.
Who are among Wenceslas's opponents?
Who do you think? All the nobles in the League of Lords, of course. The most powerful are Henry of Rosenberg, Henry of Hraditz, Boresh of Riesenberg, Bohuslav of Schwamberg, and our Sir Otto von Berghoff, too, so far.
But we serve Sahanish of Lipa and Radzig Kobyla.
Exactly. They're representatives of the lower nobility, who always stood faithfully by Wenceslas because he handed out royal positions to them.
Damn politics.
On the contrary, boy. It's only thanks to politics that von Berghoff didn't send you two to the gallows straight away.
Потому что он просто мелким дал большие должности.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak helped me sort the new books at the time, and the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now. I'd like to ask him to return it, but he's been avoiding me.
Ничего, разберемся.
I'll have a talk with Nickvard and find out what the problem is.
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to address this pressing situation, listen to what I've learned. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard are too dumb to understand.
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha, the cook, Regina, the maid, and Hirsch, the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone but myself. Nickvard is a loner, which is also why I suspect something bad has happened. Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkhoff's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
I'll help you. I'll ask all 3 and see if they lead me to Nickvard.
Many thanks. If you aren't sure what to do, stop by and we'll discuss what you found out.
Before I go, can you tell me where I can find those people in the castle?
Who, exactly?
Боже.
Where is Hirsch, the stable boy?
I've seen him with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle. He sleeps in the house directly across from it. I don't know him much, though.
Where is Regina?
As Lord von Berkhoff's personal maid, She'll likely be somewhere in the Maiden's Palace, perhaps in the Knight's Hall, or on the floor above it, near the Lord's chambers. She even sleeps there.
Where is Bertha?
Bertha cooks for us in the Crone's kitchen. She's there most days. If you can't find her there, try the first house in the lower castle, across from the door to the dungeon.
You said Nickvard is avoiding you. Where at the castle does he live? Are there any places he frequents?
Nickvard lives like a hermit here at Trotsky. Like a ghost. His chambers are in the Crone's tower, but God knows if he's ever slept there. He took his meals down in the Crone's kitchen. Lately, I've often seen him talking to Regina in the Knight's Hall, in the Maiden, or looking out the hall window. I caught sight of him a few times with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle.
So I just have to hope I run into him somewhere.
Nickvard always just shows up. I've rarely ever found him on my own. I'm not surprised you can't find him anywhere, since I've been trying myself.
That's everything I needed to know.
А чё он все такой коцный, не могу понять.
Gonna do what we thought.
А внизу? О. Кухарка, кухарка.
Greetings. Do you need something?
Yeah. Насчет Никварда. Расскажи мне, что знаешь.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libac to stop by. I brewed him another phial of medicine. But I don't even know if the last one helped. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Nickvard needed medicine? For what?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libac his secret is safe with me, as well as his phial of medicine.
Oh, come now. Nickvard misplaced an important book somewhere. A sort of alchemist cookbook. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Libac's secret is certainly worth more than any book.
Слушай меня внимательно. Я сохранялся последний раз. 21:09. Ну, в принципе, не это.
Listen, Bertha.
О.
I truly respect your honesty. I'm in the service of a nobleman myself, and I know what's expected of us in cases like these, whether it's Nickvard's illness or political machinations over the fate of our kingdom. Both carry equal weight when spoken about behind closed doors, I'd say. I stand by my principles in matters like that.
Lord Libac's troubles can hardly compare to what you're talking about. It's really quite a trifle in comparison.
So you'll tell me then?
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps your meals go down easier and come out slower the other end. In that regard, Lord Libac had, well, how to say it? Everything came out much too quickly.
Nickvard didn't have time to run down the stairs, eh?
It was in the privy down below the Crone, by the training ground below the guardhouse. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine, and I promised that I wouldn't say anything. Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. He didn't want this little episode to put them off. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters, though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead, and only when there weren't any soldiers around. But this time, it caught up with him.
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire time he looked as if he'd done the worst thing in the world. It happens to the best of us. And I told him as much then. I'm just surprised he never came back for another file. I must say, he did look as if the fate of the entire castle was suddenly on his shoulders.
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you could have found a worse clue.
Thanks anyway.
Так, ага, тут еще новое здание. Выяснить служанки, известно. Сколько?
Who are you off to see smelling like that?
Так, Ашка наверху. Это тоже наверху. Еще выше. Кстати, на духи реакция у них есть, реагируют.
What's that pleasant scent? Greetings. What would you like?
While exploring the region, I came across several graves of your men.
Ah, yes. Captain Thomas and his men were not the only ones not to return. At least we know what happened to them. Here. Something for your trouble.
Не помню, где-то я нашел.
So, Master Chamberlain, are you feeling better?
I don't want to hex it, but I'm a lot better. I even managed to finally lie down and close my eyes for a while.
That's good. It's a sign that your humors are back in balance. But you have to keep taking the medicine, otherwise you risk another collapse.
I'll be careful, thank you. And here's a small token of my gratitude.
25 монеток дал.
Is there any work around the castle I can help with?
Well, there's the issue with the demons.
Demons?
Quiet! I don't want to cause a panic. But yes, unfortunately, once again, devils are wreaking havoc at Trotsky.
You mean horned ones? From hell?
Do you know any other kind? I'm preoccupied with tasks from Lord von Berghoff at the moment, so I don't have time to deal with it. But I suppose you could do it? You and that friend of yours have a lot to make up for.
You want me to get involved with hell itself? At least tell me more about it.
Ah, you know the times we're living in. War, bandits. The devil took advantage of the chaos and sent his hellspawn here. The castle is built upon an ancient, though fortunately extinguished, fiery moor. It's no wonder it's so close to hell. The spawn of hell shows up here from time to time, and I want you to improve your standing with me and help me out.
Что дядя, не знаю, перепил что-то, мне кажется.
How many do you think there are?
A lot. Certainly more than there are sinners in the region. Expect at least 10 beasts for every soul.
That's some army. And I've never seen a real demon before. So what needs to be done?
Our cooks, Manietta and Berto, were complaining about the creatures running around their kitchens. Ossina, the castle blacksmith, was also blabbering something of the sort as well. The good news is it's only 3 people, for now. We have to act quickly to prevent the panic from spreading any further.
What did you do about it in the past? I reckon this isn't the first time you've had to deal with it.
We usually cleansed the infested places with the help of a priest or an apothecary. Except for that one year when Sir Otto himself faced Lucifer in the Maiden Tower.
Да ты что?
Ah, of course.
In any case, you'll have to ask Manietta and Berta, or the blacksmith perhaps, where the demons are coming from. And then simply make sure to get rid of them for good. You understand? I'm sure both the scribe Erazim and Father Nicodemus will have something to say about it as well. The question is if you're up to it, or if I should call in someone braver.
I'm ready to scour the castle and try to chase those monsters away. Could you arrange for me to be able to go wherever I want in the castle, without anyone chasing me out?
Very well. You can move freely about the castle while completing this task, but don't stay any longer than necessary in otherwise forbidden areas. I let the guards and servants know discreetly. If anyone asks, tell them you have my permission.
You said something about a priest and an apothecary. Should I pay them a visit?
We've always used either holy water or magic water from the apothecary to get rid of those hellish creatures. Which one would you prefer?
I reckon the holy water is more likely to work against demons.
If I recall, it was blessed by the bishop himself during the Easter Vigil. I believe you can do it. Should the demons attack you, just run away. But don't make too much of a ruckus, or you cause a panic. God be with you.
Так, Ашка выше.
Good afternoon.
Ты что, спать собралась?
Do you know where I can find Nickvard? The scribe said you might know.
Erazim is suddenly interested in Nickvard and me. You don't say. But when I need him to read something for me, he never has the time. I'm sorry.
I was asking about Nickvard.
Aye, I heard you. Say, can you read?
Yes, I
In
can.
that case, would you mind reading this message I have from Nickvard?
Show me. Dear Mistress of the Chambers. What is it?
Oh, what I wouldn't give to get messages from someone else. Say, Lord Capon. Never mind. Read on. Though I reckon it interests you more than me.
Persevere. We shall soon escape the dungeon of those two women. Cursed fate, however, has placed an obstacle in my way. The heat of the Lightbringer's potion is working, and I can feel my insides being reborn. But when the last remnants of old age left my body, something else was washed away with them.
Yeah.
How much longer is it?
Not much. My damn clumsiness has sent all of the Lightbringer's secrets into the void, but fear not, I shall get them back. May this be the first task on the road to your liberation. That's it.
Beautiful.
Не то слово.
That was complete nonsense. I was embarrassed to read it.
Imagine how I felt having to listen to it.
But what does it mean? Can you explain any of it to me?
Lord Liebach has taken a liking to me. I suggested to him it wasn't proper for a noble to have an affair with a maid. He thought I meant he was too old for me. But then he found what he calls the Lightbringer's potion book. He said it would light a flame in him that would burn out all that's old. So I suppose it worked. Hooray!
I know the book he's talking about, but what does he mean, into the void?
Look, can we stop talking about this? I feel a little uncomfortable here, talking about some old lovelorn nobleman.
I need help. You can give it some thought, can't you?
No! And now leave me alone. Christ, pardon me.
Так, буква А. Чё, еще ниже? Подожди.
The Chamberlain said you know something about the demons haunting the castle.
Of course I do. But I don't know what to think anymore. I keep finding hair in my food. Someone hides my spices. My soup goes sour. And there's that awful smell.
Oh, that sounds terrible. The Chamberlain wants this resolved as soon as possible.
It's about time. Do you have any idea how scared people are? All it takes is one mention of those beasts and the maids start threatening to find work elsewhere. I hear the castle has always been connected to hell, but nobody tells you that when you ask to work here.
Where should I start looking?
They must be coming from the other side of the castle.
Ugh.
Under the crone.
All right. But what am I supposed to do about them? I heard I'm supposed to pour some kind of special water.
But you're mostly right. You have to douse the ground in front of the fireplace they're coming from. That creates a boundary demons can't cross.
All right. Where can I find the fireplaces?
That's hard to describe. Anyway, there are 5 such fireplaces on the crone side of the castle. Together they form the shape of a 5-pointed star, a pentagram.
Don't worry. I'll take care of everything. Hopefully I won't miss any of them.
If I were you, I'd do it during the night. Even the demons have to sleep sometime, don't they?
The devil never sleeps.
And the old hag rushes in where the devil fears to tread, eh? The sooner you get rid of them, the better. Farewell, my friend.
The Chamberlain mentioned you've seen demons at the castle.
You're damn right I did. What do you know about it?
I hear they're crawling out of fireplaces in the castle below the crone.
I'm sure at least half a dozen demons have taken up residence in the western courtyard. If the Chamberlain didn't tell you how dangerous this is for all of us, I'm telling you now.
Of course he told me. That's why we're trying to resolve this as quickly as possible.
I'm glad to hear it. Give those demons their due.
Tell me what you know then.
You know the guardhouse with the little arena? In the palace below the crone, over by the outer wall? Inside, I mean, on the ground floor. The place stinks like hell, day in and day out. It makes my head spin. I've seen things there with my own eyes I'd rather not talk about. I'd start the investigation there if I were you.
All right. I'll look into it.
Опять с этой... с поварихой.
The Chamberlain said you know something about the demons haunting the castle.
Those monsters are back again. Last summer, we only heard them scratching the walls and roof with their claws. But they got a lot more bold this time. They're leaving charred marks on my wooden spoons, throwing clumps in my food, and they're constantly leaving their droppings in my kitchen.
Don't worry. The Chamberlain is taking this very seriously. He sent me to take care of it.
My eyes and ears aren't what they used to be, but I still know everything that's going on around here. Be on the lookout for people walking arse first. That's how the demons disguise themselves, so you can't see their hollow inside.
All right. I'll keep an eye out. Where should I look for them?
They're coming from the other side of the castle, below the maiden, I swear.
Manietta told me the demons are coming from this side of the castle, from below the crone.
My God, the poor girl must be under their spell. And I was so fond of her.
Let me guess. I'll have to find and sprinkle 5 fireplaces.
Of course. Everyone knows the demons enter this world through the flames. You have to find 5 fireplaces in the palace, under the maiden, and sprinkle water on them. Be careful to sprinkle within the width of your little finger. 9 drops, 1 for every angelic choir, and every third drop must be twice as big as the ones before it.
Боже, блядь.
I'll take care of it. I hope I can do it exactly as you said.
And one more thing to take to heart. The spell is most effective when performed in the moonlight. But most of all, don't forget, 9 drops. God bless you, sir.
Кошмар. Девица и старица. А, прикольно. То есть две вышки, получается, и называют их. Одна вышка девица, вторая вышка старица. Прикольно, да? Молодая и старая. Так. Ну, кузнец нас отправил. О, не, подожди.
So, how did you end up at Trotsky?
Sir Otto hired me in Prague as his bodyguard and a swordmaster for the local castle garrison. I reckon he sensed he was in danger. And he was right. A band of scoundrels was lying in wait for us on the road, and they nearly got us.
How was your company ambushed? What happened exactly?
It was well planned, I must admit. They nearly got us.
What went wrong for them?
Hard to say. Maybe we were just lucky, and God was watching over us.
That's all there was to it?
If you really want to know what I think, the idiots lacked discipline. They rushed it.
What do you mean?
It might have come down to a single fool's mistake. I don't know. But if they just waited a bit longer, we wouldn't have stood a chance. Like I say, I thank the Virgin Mary and all the saints for watching over us.
Why do they call you Black Bartosz?
It's just a nickname, of course, because of my, black hair. Every swordsman has a nickname, you know? Once you win a few tournaments, they give you one.
So you're really a high-born knight?
Indeed. I'm Bartoszek of Drahonitz. My father served Emperor Charles his entire life.
Oh, sorry. I suppose I should call you sir.
No, there's no need for formalities. Titles are worthless. A man should earn a name for himself. It's not enough to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
You must have been honored when the Royal Chamberlain chose you as his bodyguard. How did you meet?
That's simple. I was serving in the garrison in Prague's royal castle, where von Burgo was a frequent guest.
I see. But what brought you to his attention? You have good connections, I suppose.
Depends what you mean. I'd recently won 2 big tournaments, so I was invited to a splendid banquet. It was there Sir Otto offered me a position at his castle. I'd heard of Trotsky, of course, but I was still astonished when I saw it with my own eyes. Sir Otto spared no expense to build a truly mighty fortress.
Sorry, but we're about the same age, and I'd never have guessed you're a swordmaster.
We each have our own path, it seems. I even studied at university, while I could still afford it.
What? You're a man of letters as well?
I wouldn't go that far. I dabble in poetry a bit, that's all. I may come from a noble family, but we're not renowned or rich, and studying costs a fortune, and I didn't have one, so I had to do what I do best.
You became a mercenary.
That's right. I spent more time fighting than studying at university, and I came out of it alive, so I reckoned that's where my talent lies.
Where did you learn to fight, Bartosz?
I've dedicated the last 5 years of my life to it. I travelled a lot and was taught by several masters.
I'd like to see the world too. But I haven't even made it to Prague yet.
Well, I haven't been all that far either. But unless you learn from true masters, you'll never become a master yourself. Fortunately, these days there are plenty of swordsmen in Prague who will train you for coin.
I hope to make it to our royal city someday soon.
If you do, go and see Master Lamprecht and give him my regards. He's a man of honor and a peerless master of the longsword.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Why not? If you have a bit of time, I can teach you something.
О,
As you can probably figure, I like the longsword because it's beautiful and an absolutely nimble weapon. Our grandfathers didn't use them, but today in Prague, everyone is tripping over themselves to learn how to fight with one. I'll be happy to show you how to handle it better. What do you say?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
As you wish. The first thing is to realize a sword has two blades, and thanks to your second hand on the hilt, you can quickly spin it around and hit your opponent's head. These are exactly the techniques that make the longsword an extremely deadly weapon. Now come and try it a few times.
Короче, здесь типа техники... Раньше техники ты с левелапом обучался. А теперь, получается, ты можешь только находя мечников, типа, обучаться. По-другому ты не выучишь новое чешская пощечина.
If you are not afraid of fistfights, I'll show you a little trick. It is actually a simple blow with the back of the hand to the opponent's neck. I was taught it by a good old Franciscan, back when I was studying. I wonder what became of him.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
But of course, it's kind of a useful little ruse. First, you kick your opponent between the legs and pretend you're losing your balance. But at that moment, you swing the back of your hand at his neck. It won't put a blow down, but it'll give you time to attack again. Now come and try it a few times.
I see you've got...
I'd love to, but Father Nick... Oh, wait a moment. The guards found something on this one thief they caught. Some sort of map. They wanted to go looking for it, but I took...
Why don't you look for the...
I'm new here. I'm glad I made it out alive when...
I'll gladly play for the...
Let's get to...
Come on then, show us what you can do. Unless you're playing for the first time.
Опа! Нормально, 3 шестерки тупо.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Alright, that'll do. Like this.
Ага, классно, тупо. Нормально, да? Сейчас чел, короче, 1500 выводит за один заход.
It's yours.
Два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. Угу. Бля, ну уёбище.
Want to try again? Come back when I'm at...
Что?
Let's play. Let's play.
Короче, пошел.
Here's the coin.
I'm curious.
Нет времени. Делать это еще раз так. На Ешке найти. Что найти?
Privies for the guards. Did he make a mistake? Or is he just messing with me?
Мне кажется, они все, короче, это выдумали просто, чтобы не работать.
God be with you, my friend.
Ah, you must have been wrong about those demons.
The place you described to me was just a shitter.
You're right. My bad. I realized as soon as you left.
So where should I start looking for those demons?
I was actually going to send you to the palace below the Maiden Tower. It's upstairs, near Lord von Burgos and the Burgrave's chambers. I hear a mysterious door appears right next to the staircase leading to the tower. It must be the devil's work.
All right then. I'll take a look.
Еще выше.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Another privy.
Кстати, такие сальники, да, я помню в истории. Просто на улице. Так, мне может продать пиздюлей этому мужику, потому что он что-то много меня в туалет отправляет.
The place you sent me to was just another privy. I'm starting to lose my patience.
Oops, excuse me and my befuddled mind, I've messed...
Where the hell are these demons? Tell me.
Look around the staircase leading to the scribe. It's between the palace below the Crone and the tower.
I swear, if this...
Of course not. I wouldn't dare threaten the security of the...
If there's nothing there, you'll have me to answer to.
I'm sure you'll find something. I'd get my weapon.
If this is another joke, you'll really piss me off.
Если можно будет ему поебал, я дам. Ешка. Да по-любому опять сральник какой-то. Я же говорю, они все, короче, выдумали этих чертей, просто чтобы нихуя не делать.
What did I expect?
Давайте набьем им ебучку.
Blacksmith?
Стоит лыбиться.
Let me guess. You didn't find any demons?
I'm done looking for them.
There's no need to anyway. You made so much noise, the demons all crawled back underground. Christ! To think, I'd find a moron who'd buy it 3 times in a row. 3 times!
So you were just wasting my time?
Not at all. Next time your belly starts rumbling, you'll know exactly where to go.
I feel like I've been possessed by a demon, and it's driving me to kick your arse.
Have you lost your sense of humour as well as your sense of smell? Try me, lad. You'll be leaving this castle on a stretcher.
We'll see about that.
Давай.
Nobody makes fun of me.
You're just a whiny, humourless little weakling. And soon enough, you'll have a busted lip.
Не думаю.
Now you're gonna get it! Death! Mercy! Leave me be!
Что такое?
Have you had enough?
С одной тычки.
Alright, enough!
If my counting's not off, I owe you 2 more ass kickings.
Wish you a blessed evening.
Ну чё? Все, обиделся. Ничего, в следующий раз больше не будет хуйней заниматься. Так. А если эти двое тоже, мне интересно, придумывали чертей? А что на букву Е? А, конюху надо сходить еще.
Good day to you.
А, так он все это время, оказывается, продавал что-то. Вот где можно было в рыцарский пояс купить еще. Только сейчас. Подожди, рыцарский кошель. Количество ячеек 3. А, 2 получается. Ну, давай.
I'd like to do where
Where I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Угу, 3 ячейки, да. Только я им вообще не пользуюсь. Ну, ладно. Так, а кто этот конюх вообще? Нарисовано, что он здесь. А, может, он еще ниже? А он его не купит у меня. Он у меня не купит. Может, покушать что-нибудь? Все. 21. Барбос.
Look what I have for you.
I'm sorry.
A blessed evening to you. I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Hey, Nick. I mean, Lord Libak. I almost forgot about him.
А что если этот чел, короче, так бежал срать, что я почти потерял книжку просто. Можно было просто в туалете поискать ее.
What do you mean, forgot?
Nick Libak, that is, entrusted me with a big task quite a while back. He's a castle lord. Obviously, I had to obey him. But then I heard what another castle lord was planning, von Berghoff, and I had to obey him even more. He says there's a war on. So here I am, ready to go off to battle.
I need to know more about what Nickvard asked you to do.
No. There are new rules now. You have to prove you're not a spy.
What are you blathering about?
Von Berghoff said there's a war on, right now. I told him, watch out for spies, Sir Otto. But fear not, I know how to sniff them out. You're a spy yourself, ain't you?
I am.
Ah, right. You're yanking my pizzle. But if you're lying and I report you anyway, just in case, don't imagine I'll get in trouble over it. That's why you have to be vetted, to see if you're really on our side. The side that Nickvard's on, just so you know. We're all friends here. You can join us.
I'd like to.
Hold your horses. First a test.
Tell me what you want from me, then.
A sword.
Sword? What sword?
A long and very good one to help me deal with other spies. If you bring it to me, I'll know you're not an enemy spy who should fear me. Forge one, buy one, or even steal one for me. Maybe from one of the guards at the training ground or down by the gate. During the day, they're not in the towers anyway.
Steal a sword? That sounds like something a spy would do.
Not a spy who wants to help von Berghoff's most loyal servant. By servant, I mean me. See, once I get a sword, I'll fill you in on Nickvard's task.
Нету для тебя меча.
Listen, Hirsch. Don't try any word games on me. Persuasion, threats. I know about them spy tricks. Deeds talk louder than words. For example, like bringing me a sword.
Ага, то есть не хочет.
I'll gladly give you some groschen to buy your own sword.
Only spies pay bribes. Unless you had more groschen than a common spy would have. Then I'd believe you ain't one of them. You have that much?
5000 с ума
I'm not
сошел.
going to pay you that much. You want to hang on to your spy earnings. I understand. Well, you won't get another chance.
Интересно, а что будет, если я 5000 ему заплачу? Просто 5000 с нихуя нормальный чувак. Решил бизнес-план построить. Блин, придется меч ковать. А этот чел все еще не хочет разговаривать? О, уже хочет.
How can I help you today, friend?
What do you have?
Тут и перчатки я могу продать, и сапоги наконец-то. А, ну, кстати, дороже стоит, чем нормандская. Вот нормандская 400, а венгерская 600. А-а-а. Надо бы проверить.
What can you do, sir?
Холод, кстати, как у кузнеца. Пам-пам-пам-пам-пам-пам. Что там для меча? Ай, блин, длинный меч. Обычный длинный меч. Меч отшельника. Блин, а нету другого варианта? Длинный меч. Угу.
What would you like, friend? I'm sorry.
Да, по-моему, свиная кожа нужна. Ой, я уже не помню, что там надо. Я все возьму, короче. Обычная гарда нужна. О, обычная.
You have a kind master, eh, Doggy?
This'll take a bit longer.
Лучшее качество. Ой, очко. Блин, у меня же там очки. Очки. Я совсем забыл про очки. Надо пойти умыться. И основной левел вкачан. Так, что здесь? 16, 14, 16. Это я уже видел. Обаяние выше 20. А сколько у меня обаяния у этого? 19. Не хватает. Так-то было бы 20, но это типа только на доспехи, которые влияют во время боя, что я в этих доспехах не буду драться. Что чисто для пиздежа. Вот репутация у меня сейчас везде по сотке, поэтому можно это качать наконец-то. Птица. Сила. За каждые 5 уровней силы твои обаяние повышается на 1. Так. Но знание силы вообще не нужно, мне кажется. Бесполезный навык. Давайте. Пусть обаяние будет еще сильнее. Навыки. Алхимия. Продавать надо оружие. Лучше знаток ядов. Сюда. Ремесло. Умелые руки. О, вот это тоже сапоги. Это если не слишком тяжелое. Хотя может пригодиться, если я буду пиздиться в этой в своей легкой броне для воришек. Если внезапная атака. Внезапная атака. Вот это нормально. Ну все, остальные навыки уже вообще особо не такие полезные. Так, связки. Чешская пощечина. Налево, вниз, направо. Длинный меч. Что я выучил? Блин, это все название запоминать. Что? Это я не тут выучил. А вот, наверное, это оно, Курцхау. Вверх-вверх, налево. А что я углежогом сделал? Не понял. Так. Если тот чел, в принципе, еще тут есть. Сейчас надо отнести ему этот меч.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
God be with you.
Банни хоп.
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
You could say that. They found a dead body stuck in the wheel.
God bless.
Good day.
About Nick got that... You wanted a...
That's perfect. Lovely. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say for sure, but you seem all right.
What about Nick Vard, then?
Nick Vard asked me to do something for him. He must have admired my devotion to Lord von Bergoth.
Ты просто бездельничаешь. Давай так и скажем.
You mainly appear to be devoted to idling. Shouldn't you be carrying sacks like the others?
Either way, Nick looked troubled and not very healthy. He wanted me to fetch him something he lost outside the castle, and I told him I would. At least I could check to see if anyone was sneaking around about the castle. But then Nick Vard clutched his belly and ran off. So I never found out what he wanted, or from where.
That's all?
Aye. If you run into Nick Vard, ask him if he still needs it or whether he found it himself. I'll be going into war soon, so I don't have time for these things, see?
I'll tell him.
Так, и что мы в итоге узнали? Мы ничего не узнали. Мы ничего не узнали. То есть я пораспрашивал у челов, и все? Они меня никуда не ведут? А, ну вот. С конюхом. Он сказал, что никуда дал ему поручение найти то, что шляхтич потерял за крепостной стеной. За стеной? За крепостной стеной. В смысле? Ну вот сральник. Вот здесь, что ли, может быть? Надо будет искать. Что значит крепостная стена? Ну, крепостная стена, я так понимаю, это крепость. То есть вот это вот, ну, за этой стеной крепостной. Крепости. Или вот сама крепость, вот, которая из камня сделана. Тут получается деревянное все. Из дерева. А вот тут камень. Может, где-то здесь? А, ну хотя, в принципе, оно и обведено вот этим. Вот здесь, наверное, оно должно быть. Где-то тут. За крепостной стеной. Па-па-па. Или это еще крепостная стена вообще. Непонятно. Либо где-то здесь. Либо где-то здесь. Либо где-то здесь. Вот, скорее всего, ты тут. Надо пойти посмотреть.
So I went to see my mother. To talk about the inheritance. But your father's still alive, isn't he? Aye. But he drools all over himself. He gets this view of his get it off. Nearly all the time. I think I always sweat and everything too dirty if I don't go and see him.
Aye. Once
Exactly. Let me tell you, I'd rather die poor but young than to go through that. Best of luck. Take care. Take care. God be with you.
Mutt, come here! Is there something here? Search!
В самих туалетах тоже есть. Может реально где-то в туалетах искать еще.
Just get... God bless you.
Blessings to you.
Что еще они рассказали мне? Да только я самого не думаю, у нас сейчас нужны подле ресталища. Нам нужно, короче, в голове прокрутить весь его путь. Вот возле ресталища, короче, он обосрался. Книга не изверглась в пустоту. То есть, может, он книгу, короче, уронил в туалет, типа, получается. Вот, ресталище. Что по-любому, короче, он... Если это так, то, получается, книга должна была куда-то вот сюда уйти. Вниз по течению, возможно. А возможно, под самой стеной. Но почему оно не отображается здесь, непонятно. Ой, не, подожди. Надо почитать книжку. Где-то возле колеса мельницы существует. Где пишет в угле карта это? Угу. Ну, тут, короче, должен быть лайер, я понял. Больше читать нечего. Ладно, где там? Она сказала, ночью, короче, на новолуние под луной лучше всего демонов гонять. Ну, давай. Подожди, что они сказали? Надо сделать. Из очагов под девицей. Вот это типа что ли? Чах. Ну, так обычные мыши бегают. Бля, это надо было не святую воду, а волшебную. Потому что это, скорее всего, яд крысиный нужно было накидать. Скорее всего, аптекарь реально, короче, юзал яд. Пошли сходим, короче, еще в ту кухню, посмотрим там. Если там тоже крысы бегают, то получается и там надо это все делать.
do it. Eight, 9. Eight, 9. Don't show yourself here again. That should do it. A little more here. A little more here. That should do it. Back to hell with you. I took care of those demons. They shouldn't be a problem anymore. I didn't see or hear any of them. I reckon it was just rats.
Hopefully things will quieten down again for a while. Most importantly,
I decided to help Ossiner as well, but it didn't exactly end well.
all the quarrels and strife were brought here by the demons. Things should quieten down now.
Anyway, the job is done.
Trotsky Castle, held by Sir Otto von Berghoff, Lord of Billin, Royal Chamberlain of the Kingdom of Bohemia, Chairman of the Provincial Court, Member of the Crown Council, Magistrate of the Peace, Burgrave of Prague, thanks you.
I didn't fight Lucifer like Sir Otto, but even so, the demons should leave you alone. I'm glad I could help.
And I'm glad that all I have left to deal with this month is fixing the stairs, the sedilia, and checking all the chimneys.
You've got a lot to do.
There's always something to do at a big castle like this. Also, don't think you can continue to move freely about the castle. You are hereby stripped of that privilege. Nevertheless, since the minions of hell didn't reach the castle's coffer, nor did they cut into our profits, you deserve a reward. God be with you.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
Come on then. A ride in the fresh air will do us both a world of good.
Where's that damn gravy go? I hope someone pays for a requiem mass.
You must be Nick Vard, eh? Poor wretch. How many more times am I gonna have to poke around in corpses and shit for that damn cradle?
silly doggy. How can I help you?
What's new around here?
Try asking around at that. I heard a woman there was looking for a blacksmith. A ranker, or something like that.
And wouldn't you know what she wants?
No. And I don't... And that's about...
That sounds interesting.
Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child. Fucking piece of shit.
I'd like to do...
Well, I was glad to be of help to you, good sir. pissing down rain again.
Well, I'm about half done.
Good doggy, good boy. Put that weapon away.
I heard they're gonna cut down the old oak tree at the crossroads.
Oh no.
Hail, pilgrim! If it's good company you're after, that's one thing we're never short of.
Can't say no to that. I see you had some luck on your hunt.
Well, that's none of your concern. Unless you're some damned gamekeeper.
And if I were?
Well, whoever the hell you are, it makes no difference. We're just doing our job. And for the king at that.
I'm curious to know what a royal official is doing here, caked in mud, and with a dead hare to boot.
Well, I don't think it's any of your business, lad. Unless the bailiff sent you, eh?
I've just been to see him. He told me to ask how you're doing.
Ha! Think you can pull the wool over our eyes? Not a chance. You haven't a damned clue what's going on here.
You think I don't know what you are? You may be covered in grime, but judging by your clothes, you're no beggar. And if you're licensed to hunt game, it's obvious.
Well, now I'm curious. What do you think me and Vashek are doing here?
Looks to me like you're brazenly poaching here. You're not even trying to hide it, are you?
Good one. Us? Poachers? Look, lad. The king himself has granted us leave to hunt. So look, no disrespect, but we'll each go our separate ways. And you'd be doing yourself a favor by forgetting you ever saw us here.
I'd better be on my...
As you... Oh, Christ, this weather.
I'd better...
As you...
Praise God.
Well, better than a drought.
A word about the prop. Here.
My. Happy to be of service, sir.
Oh, what do you want, you scoundrel?
Where can I find Handsome Charlie?
What's it to you?
If you lead me to him, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. Believe me, it'll be better this way.
All right, follow me. But no sudden moves or we'll take you out.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
You're Handsome Charlie?
There are them that call me that.
I bring a message from Gules.
That fucker's still breathing, eh? That's news to me. What does he want?
Your head. And I'm to deliver it.
Then you're in the right place. But you shouldn't have come here alone.
I came alone to challenge you to an honorable duel.
Why should I soil my hands with the likes of you? That's what my men are for. Even if they are just a bunch of thick-headed charcoal burners.
So that you keep face in front of them. Do you really think they'll keep listening to you once they see you're nothing but hot air?
What did you say? Stand back and nobody move. This piece of shit is mine. You're a dead man! Alert! To arms! Ah!
Here you go. Take it. Here, Mutt. Quick! Da! Da! Oh,
Well, that's just it. Some noble was resting under it. Not for shade, but because I was pissing down.
All the more reason to leave it be, no?
Aye, but the weather had been stormy for a few days, so one of the branches snapped and fell off. Nothing happened to the noble, but it broke his horse's back.
And that pissed...
Who's that? We'll see. Hey, you!
how are you?
Very well. Thanks. I'll kill you.
I'm all yours! Quick! Ka! Whoa! Whoa!
So that's what attracted the wolves. The wolves must have dug them up. That much is obvious. But who buried them, not so much. flying fish. That's von Bergov's coat of arms, so it must have been his men.
You're in for an arse-kicking, you piece of shit! Alert! Alert! Go! I'll get him! God! Quick!
Whoa.
I'll rip your arse open! Quick! Go! Go! I'll shove steel up your ass! You're mine! God! I'll help you!
Oh.
Mercy! Leave me be! You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of shit! Attack! Come and help us! Mercy! Leave me be! Careful.
Ave Maria.
Midelo deltu kelachirat. Palsos te jas. Goro.
I hear you got a job for a blacksmith.
I'd say so. You have come just in time. You will help us, won't you? You already helped us once. The Voivode's life is at stake. They want to kill him.
What? Who wants to kill him?
Jagalokosh. Someone put a curse on my Voivode. At night, it takes sleep away from him. Eats away the skin on his hands. Even the horses are spooked when the Voivode so much as walks by.
A curse? That sounds more like a job for you. All I can do is pull teeth.
I can't help him. But you can, Devleskero Manush. And I'll tell you how. You know what sewed water is?
Some kind of healing potion?
Almost. A ward to protect against magic. Take 3 lumps of coal, 3 breadcrumbs, and 3 pinches of salt and put them in water. Such water will lift even the worst of curses from those who wash in it.
So you know what to do. Fine. Then pour the water on a dung heap, and the curse is gone.
Why would I get rid of it when I can use it?
What good is such cursed water?
It's good for you, Miromanush. You'll forge Karo, a saber for the Voivode. Make it tough, sharp, and dangerous like him. And then you'll quench the saber in the cursed water.
I think I could do that.
The curse in the saber must then gain strength to protect the Voivode, and only harm those who wish him ill. It must taste blood before the Voivode takes the saber in his hand. But it all depends on whose blood it is.
What about my blood?
You would kill yourself? Are you mad?
Don't worry. I'll just cut myself a little. A few drops of blood won't kill me.
You mean well, Miromanush. But it doesn't work like that. The saber must take someone's life for the curse to be sealed in it. We can't ask that of you.
All right. Let's think of something else. You don't expect me to go and kill a man, right?
Devlale, no!
I could cut off the head of a chicken or something. That should do, right?
A chicken doesn't have much blood in it. But a dog, that might do. Rikono. You can kill one. There were some running around down below the camp. Dirty, foul beasts. No one will miss them.
I don't know. I still don't like it.
How do you mean? What don't you like? Did you want the job? You did. And we'll pay you well. You have my word.
I can forge a saber, aye. But why should I be the one to kill something with it? The Voivode can do that himself.
He can't. The curse was meant for him. The Voivode must not touch the saber until the curse is sealed within it by the blood. You have to give it a drink of blood yourself. And it can't be just any blood.
All right, then.
Mistores. Good choice. I will reward you well. But first forge the saber. And do your best, so it serves the Voivode long and well. And here's your sewed water. Be sure not to splash it on yourself. It was good to see you, my friend.
Типа, мне нужно рецепт сабли найти, или у меня она уже есть? О, есть, да. Оленья шкура, мех. Ну да, надо обратно возвращаться в кузницу. В кузницу, а потом обратно сюда. Такое. Ладно, это завтра я буду делать, наверное, уже что я устал. Пошел я. Спасибо, кто смотрел. Всем спасибо.